Welcome to Take on the Titans. Today's episode, we're talking about the 2017 NFL Draft, Cornerback Edition. All right, today's edition of Take on the Titans, we're talking about the 2017 NFL Draft and the top cornerbacks that are currently in the draft. And I have narrowed the field down to what my take is on the top 5 cornerbacks that are currently available, have said they're eligible for the draft. I did have a complete pick of all the cornerbacks out there, obviously, and I went to about 15 to 20 websites to read opinions and get pros and cons on each player, trying to match them up with what the Titans' needs are. And in all of this, I narrowed it down to just the top 5, and that's who I've got in this episode, and I'm going to be talking about them. I'm not going to be talking about potential free agents at cornerback. Obviously, if the Titans decide to pick up a free agent or two, we might be dropping down in the draft at having the number 5 and the number 18 picks in this draft. I predict the Titans will at least trade down out of one of those 2 picks, and quite possibly not either one of those picks being a cornerback. So with that being said, you got to really look at the last couple of guys in this pick, or I guess more like the first couple of guys I mentioned, because they are my number 5 and number 4. And you might want to look at them as potential Titans players, since probably the first couple or maybe even the first 3 will be off the board by the time the Titans make their first pick. So with that being said, let's get on with the list. At number 5, Desmond King, University of Iowa. King is 5'11", 203 pounds, and his last measured 40 time was a 4.54. He is excellent in run support, extreme physicality, and not the typical prototype, but he is the exception to the rule. Some of his pros: he has excellent movement to the ball. He's incredibly physical in coverage and in run support. And he's a great tackler. He has the ability to quickly diagnose and close on the ball. And he has a high football IQ. And as a bonus, he has experience in the return game too. Some of his cons is he struggles with larger wide receivers, and he gets beaten on long sideline routes. Some of his stats from his college career is he had 174 solo tackles, 89 assists. It gives him a total of 264 total tackles, with 9.5 tackles for a loss. He had 14 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, 33 passes defense, 3 fumble recoveries, and 1 forced fumble. His NFL comparison is Antoine Winfield of the Minnesota Vikings. At number 4, Marshawn Lattimore, Ohio State University. Lattimore is 6 foot tall, 192 pounds, and his last measured 40 time was a 4.5. Some of his pros are his good overall size, length, and reach. He has lightning quick feet. He plays with no fear. He has speed to turn and run with most receivers. He is a true shutdown corner. He is a reliable tackler. Some of his cons: strong receivers are able to control him during run blocking, and he has limited playing time at Ohio State. His stats in college are 34 solo tackles, 11 assists, 45 total tackles, 1 tackle for a loss. He has 4 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 11 passes defensed. His NFL comparison is Vontae Davis of the Indianapolis Colts. At number 3, Sidney Jones, University of Washington. Jones is 6 foot tall, 181 pounds, and his last measured 40 time was a 4.52. Some of his pros is that he plays with swagger. He prioritizes the ball over the man. He has the ability to track and high point the ball. Solid recovery quickness. And he's good at jumping routes. Some of his cons is he may be too slender for the NFL, and his footwork needs improving. His stats are 105 solo tackles, 40 assists for 145 total tackles, 8.5 for a loss, 1 sack, 8 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 21 passes defense, 3 fumble recoveries, 6 forced fumbles, and his NFL comparison is Marcus Peters of the Kansas City Chiefs. At number 2, Marlon Humphrey, University of Alabama. Humphrey is 6'1", 198 pounds, and his last measured 40 time was a 4.48. His pros are not just a finesse player, but incredibly tough. He's one of the best athletes in college football. He is excellent in coverage. He plays well against the run and has great potential. He plays physical in coverage. He attacks downhill on screens and slants. Plays special teams too, one of the fastest players in kick coverage. His cons are very raw technique. Faster receivers can also beat him deep. Will probably slip into the late first round. His stats are 61 solo tackles, 20 assists, 81 total tackles, 6.5 tackles for a loss, 5 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 13 passes defense, 3 forced fumbles, and his NFL comparison is Jimmy Smith of the Baltimore Ravens. And at number 1, Jalen Tease Tabor, University of Florida. Tabor is 6 foot tall, 201 pounds. His last measured 40 time is a 4.49. His pros: he's the top shutdown corner in the SEC. He is a feisty, extremely confident player, extremely aggressive in coverage, has success playing both press and off coverage. He shows an impressive closing burst, and he is very ball aware. He has extremely quick feet. He tries to strip the ball away from the offensive player, has makeup speed to recover from mistakes. He has excellent size, versatility, and ball skills. He is team-oriented, long arms, and great ball skills. His cons, he misses too many tackles, especially in the run game. He's been suspended twice in the last 12 months for fighting during practice. His stats are 65 solo tackles, 39 assists, 104 total tackles, 11 for a loss, 4 sacks, 8 interceptions, 3 touchdowns, 3 fumble recoveries, 1 forced fumble, 28 passes defensed. His NFL comparison is Josh Norman. All right, that was my take on the top 5 cornerbacks available in the 2017 NFL Draft. Obviously, there's many of you that are going to differ in opinion from what I had. If you have a different list than mine, go ahead and put it in the comments section. Let me know what your list is. And if you do like what you're seeing in this video, and there's going to be more videos to come, please subscribe to this. And, if you like it again, give me a thumbs up. Even if you give me a thumbs down, please tell me why. Put it in the comments section. This is a new venture for the Take on the Titans podcast that we are going video for a while, or doing videos as well. We do have a website, takeonthetitans.com, and you can follow us in many ways, as mentioned in the little splash that you saw at the beginning and the end of this video. Again, subscribe, click that bell. That will let you know through notifications that a new video is available. Before I go, I wanted to let you know, out of those top 5 cornerbacks, which one I think the Titans should pick. The Titans, I think, are going to be trading out of that number 1 spot, so that will most likely, or at least one of the 2 number 1 spots, and that will most likely push their desire or pick for a cornerback down to potentially the 2nd round if they do get some 2nd round picks out of their trade out. And that, to me, will most likely only leave one of the number 4 or the number 5 on my list available. That being said, I still think this guy should be potentially one of the better fits for the Titans. Obviously, I put him at number 4 on my list, and that's Marshawn Lattimore from Ohio State. He plays fearless, and he is a true shutdown corner. So even though he's had limited time in college, he had limited playing time, I think that he is potentially the perfect fit for the Titans. And we desperately need a true shutdown corner. If you don't remember some of his potential pros, you might want to rewind the video and watch him again. But he really does show a lot of potential, and I think that he is probably the best fit for the Titans. And obviously I am not going to be in the room with them during the interview process. He may screw that up, but definitely as far as on paper and through the college career that he's had, I think that he is going to at least play well for whatever team takes him. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and shut this video down. Again, please subscribe, please give us a thumbs up, and comment. And as always, this is my take on the Titans.